Oh, yo, what up, y'all? Thank y'all so much for dropping by, man. I'm just about to dive right in, man, and let y'all guys know what's going down out here in these gaming streets, man. So, we got some crazy news on Sony's behalf. Again, yes, it is true. We have another Last of Us remake, remaster, special edition on the way. Not only it's on the way, but they're gonna do a price hike for $110, man. Now we thought they were joking when they were saying they was gonna start price hiking the game up to $100, right? We thought they were playing, but they're trying to come out with a special edition saying that it's worth that because it comes with more than one game, I guess. The whole collection and probably books and magazines and the history of The Last of Us after they are just going to Last of Us the whole entire gaming industry to death. And it's just like, bro, we thought GTA was joking. Now we can see that this is a possibility that games are going to start costing in the hundreds. And the special edition probably going to raise to like 200, 300. Oh, it's inflation. Like, bro, come on. This is just corporate greed at this point. Like I said before, Sony PlayStation PS5 is the remake station, bro. Y'all ain't gonna get nothing but indies, remakes, and third-party games. Sony don't even want to invest in setting like AA games and single A games to like basically have games throughout the year. Like they only want AAA bangers like The Last of Us, Spider-Man, Wolverine. You know, they only want big bangers, God of War, Uncharted, things of that nature. Now, the gaming industry got to be fair because we know Microsoft Xbox could never get away with this many remakes and remasters. That's crazy. We know the new CEO even came out and said, hey man, listen, we broke. We are down bad over here at Sony, man. That's all we can afford is remakes and remasters. It's taking forever for Wolverine to drop. It's going to take forever for Intergalactic to drop. It's going to take forever for Ghost of Tsushima to drop. I'm sorry. They woke it up. Ghost of Yote. But that's a whole nother video. Oh yeah, we got a lot of that coming down the pipeline. A lot of more woke trash that ain't released. But back to what I was saying. They have did so many price hikes, bro. And this whole $70 thing, it got old real fast. And that's probably why they seen a decline in game sales because of inflation. Everybody like, man, is this game even worth it? We just seen what happened to woke trash Assassin's Creed. How that game was broken and buggy. Now they bringing out remakes and remasters. From the last remake, wasn't it broken and buggy too as well? Then they experienced bugs from what I heard, I think. So now, what's to make us believe that you're gonna release $100? You feel like the same release that you don't release how many times now? We lost count. We lost 3-4 times already. They done did the Last of Us remake part 1 and part 2, right? Then they came back and remaster. They did the remasters first. Then they came back and did the remake. Now they're doing a re-release of the special edition, and I'm pretty sure they're going to remake, part 2. I'm almost sure they're going to remake part. This is crazy. Like, who else can get away with this? I believe Sony is the only one. Sony is the only one. These Decepticons in the whole entire gaming industry can get away with this because of the fanboys. And I'm not just talking about the console war. I'm talking about the gaming media. IGN, Metacritics, gaming award shows. People that stand behind Sony, they stand business. They're never gonna move off their square. When it comes to Sony, they stand on business. It's Sony, no console at all. They don't want to play nothing. It has to be PlayStation because they have been groomed over the years to think, PlayStation is the best place to play. It may have been like that before Xbox existed, way back in the 90s. But now there's a new sheriff in town. Like I said before, the best place to play is actually PC Game Pass, to be honest, because you can play best of both worlds. You can play Xbox games, PlayStation games, Nintendo emulators, mobile and PC games, Steam, Epic Store. Like, it's way better. And you don't have to worry about being locked at 30 FPS, being locked at 60. You can boost the frame rate resolution, play at 4K, buttery smooth. Like these are things you don't have the limitations of a console. And then Now you can kind of understand why a PC version probably should cost that much, but not a console version. Because what are you gonna do? What's the ray tracing? What happened to ray tracing? What happened to the ray tracing station? Okay, what happened to that SSD? All the fanboys used to be all around the entire gaming industry just mushing it in everybody's face. Oh, SSD this, SSD that, ray tracing. We got, this. We got, now they got PSSR. It's like, I'm like, all these selling buzzwords that y'all got for all these features that you ain't never gonna use. You know why? Because it takes Sony first party studios to make it. So if The Last of Us ain't gonna put it in there, then most likely third party games ain't gonna do it, because they gotta make everything for every other console. So if you got a third party game that's gonna be multi-plat, Sony locked down certain games. They can't lock down every game, but they have locked down like Black Myth Wukong, Stellar Blade, Spider-Man, Wolverine, of that nature, map packs and DLCs, stuff like that. But when it comes to this, man, this whole Last of Us thing, it's getting old now. Okay, you done remastered and remade everything on PS4. Now what? You gonna go down to PS3 now? So it's like, that's what everybody argument is. If you are going to do that, if you are going to remake, or if you are going to remaster these, why don't you go farthest back? PS1, PS2, and PS3. Why are you doing PS4 game? It don't need it. It don't need it. So if we can go back to like the 90s and the early 2000s, like let's say PS2 and down, and remake games like that. They ain't even remade Bloodborne yet. Everybody's like, what, are y'all gonna make a part 2? But Last of Us gets all the best treatment. That Naughty Dog just literally spit in their fans' face with Intergalactic and said, we're gonna come out with this woke, lesbian, non-binary woke character, and then say, hey, you're gonna love it, you're gonna like it. And it's just like, wait, what are we doing here? Like, is this a joke? This game in this generation is a joke. It has been up and down for Sony. This is a joke, bro. And you still have the shields out here gonna say, oh no, PS5 is the best thing since sliced bread. Oh really? You got this remake station, you don't overpaid for it. You're gonna pay $600-700 for the Pro. It's crazy. They're gonna do a price hike and give you the same thing. It's like, what are you paying for? Like, it's a ripoff, bro. And they know the diehard fans are gonna support it, right? The casuals. It just don't make any sense. Like, we have to do better in the gaming industry. Like, I just don't see where it gets better if we don't have no competition. Like, where is Sony investing their money into? Do anybody know? Where is the money going? Okay, if you have made all these AAA bangers since the 90s to the 2000s, the early 2000s, fast forward to now, where is all the money going, Sony? Like, it don't make any sense. You're selling accessories, you're selling TVs, all kind of computer stuff, cameras, games, phones. Like where is all this money going? All kind of electronics and accessories. Like, how didn't you build up enough clout and enough money to make bangers after bangers after bangers, like Microsoft, to clap back? Why are you stealing games away? You see what I'm saying? Like, everybody's at, where's Black Myth Wukong at? Sony rather pay, top dollar for license to lock down games and do exclusive backdoor deals than to bring out a Last of Us 3. They say, well, they didn't want to make a Last of Us 3. What? That's it. How could you not? That don't even make any sense. Like, let's stop and think for a minute. You mean to tell me Naughty Dog wanted to go in a different direction? They don't want to remake. They don't want to make a Last of Us Part 3 or a spinoff or a Last of Us beginning before they even started. How they got to the point they got to, when they had the phone call at the beginning with the uncle and all that stuff. Like, they should have started there at a new one for Part 3. They didn't even do that. Like, you don't have enough writers in the gaming industry to start right there. That's crazy. Yeah, still, you don't want to make a Part 3, but you say you want to make a remaster and a remake and re-release Part 1 and Part 2 a special edition and charge $100. Bro, make it make sense. I'm so lost right now when I seen this. I'm like, how? Like, who's in charge over there? and not like who's in charge, bro. At this point, it's not even funny. It's just a disgrace to the gaming industry, bro. This is disgusting. It's just like, who is running the game? Is it running itself? Who is running Sony? Who is running the gaming industry? Like, what is going on? Did they get invaded by Sweet Baby Inc? Like, did they get sucked? The lawsuit sucked all their money out of their pockets, or what happened? We need answers, bro. Like for real. At this point, the remake station, okay, that has gotten really old. Like, people are spending hard-earned money on PlayStation Pro. I'm talking about just fans and regular casual gamers. We ain't talking about fanboys, because fanboys, Sony can't do no wrong. You know, PlayStation, Sony ponies, and fanboys in the gaming industry, the gaming media, Metacritics, and IGN, they're dumb as a box of rocks. So Sony can't do nothing wrong. But if we're talking about casual gamers and fans, the innocent bystanders that just gamers, work hard every day, come home, just want to play a cool game, sit back and relax without politics being shoved in their face, and paying for overpriced games, price gouging, and inflation for $100 for a remake or remaster, that's crazy, bro. That's nasty work, Sony.